the desperate signal. They did not fear the enemy. They feared the silence from Earth. The war had already taken too much. Entire alien cities were dark. Space lanes were filled with broken ships. Smoke and fire drifted slowly through the stars. The Alliance had once been strong. Many species, many fleets, many proud flags. But now only a few ships remained. Their weapons were weak. Their fuel was low. Their hope was almost gone. The enemy was coming again. Everyone knew it. Their scouts reported massive fleets moving closer. Each hour brought them nearer. Each hour meant another world would fall. Inside the Central Command Hall, alien leaders gathered. Their faces showed fear and shame. They had fought bravely. But bravery was not enough. One leader finally spoke. His voice was quiet. "We need help." The room went silent. Everyone understood what that meant. Asking for help meant admitting weakness. Another leader shook her head. "No one will come. The great powers have already refused." Then a small voice spoke from the back. "What about the humans?" Some leaders laughed softly. Others looked confused. Humans were known traitors, explorers, survivors, but not conquerors, not warriors. Humans stayed on the edge of the galaxy. They avoided big wars. They sold supplies. They repaired ships. They never led fleets. "They are kind," said one leader. "They help with food and medicine. Maybe they will send aid ships." The word aid felt small, but small was better than nothing. The council argued for hours. Finally, they agreed. A message would be sent to Earth. It was not a demand. It was not a command. It was a plea. The message spoke of burning worlds, of lost children, of falling defenses. It ended with two simple words: "Please help." The signal was sent across the stars. It traveled through jump gates and deep space relays, past ruined systems and silent stations, toward a distant blue world. Then the council waited. Days passed. No reply. Enemy ships destroyed another colony. Still no reply. Some leaders began to regret the choice. They said humans were afraid. They said humans would never answer. The enemy commander laughed when he learned of the message. "Humans," he said, "they will send food crates and prayers." The enemy fleets advanced faster. Far away the signal reached Earth. On the human homeworld the message was received quietly. There were no crowds, no speeches, no panic. Human leaders gathered in a small room. They watched the message together. They saw the burning cities. They heard the fear in alien voices. No one spoke at first. These aliens were not allies. They were not enemies. They were strangers. One leader finally broke the silence. "If we answer, we cannot do it halfway." Another nodded. "If we move, we end it." There was no vote, no shouting, only agreement. Deep beneath human space, ancient systems awakened. Shipyards long hidden powered up. Dormant fleets received commands. No message was sent back to the aliens. No promise. No warning. Back in the alien council hall, fear turned into despair. They believed humans had ignored them. They believed they were alone. The enemy fleets entered the outer systems. Alarms echoed through command halls. Evacuation orders were prepared. Some leaders stared at the stars, waiting for a miracle. None came, or so they thought. The silence before the storm. The alien alliance was breaking. What once felt like unity now felt like fear. Leaders argued in quiet voices. Some demanded retreat. Others demanded surrender. The enemy fleets were everywhere. Their ships blocked trade routes. Their weapons burned planets from orbit. Every report made the room colder. The council stared at the star map. Red markers spread like a disease. Each marker was a fallen world. Each one meant millions lost. Still no word from Earth. Some leaders whispered that humans had abandoned them. Others said humans never planned to help. Hope slowly turned into bitterness. Outside the council chamber, civilians waited. Families crowded evacuation halls. Children asked questions no one could answer. The Alliance military did what it could. Small fleets were moved to defend core worlds. Old ships were repaired with spare parts. Pilots flew without rest. They knew it would not be enough. The enemy commander sent a message. It was broadcast openly. Your resistance is pointless. Your allies will not come. The message ended with laughter. That laughter echoed in many minds. Deep in human space, the silence was not weakness. It was preparation. Vast doors opened in hidden docks. Ships larger than cities were pulled into the light. Crews who had trained for years without purpose took their stations. These humans did not cheer. They did not celebrate. They moved with calm focus. Orders passed quietly. Targets were marked. Routes were calculated. This was not a rescue. This was a decision. Back with the alien alliance, the situation worsened. Enemy scouts appeared near the capital system. Defense platforms powered up, but their energy reserves were low. A junior officer rushed into the council hall, his voice shaking. Enemy fleet entering outer range. Panic spread. Some leaders demanded evacuation. Others froze. The first enemy shots hit a moon base. It vanished in a flash of light. The council could no longer deny reality. This was the end. Then something strange happened. Long-range sensors detected movement, far beyond known jump points. At first it looked like noise. Sensor error. Ghost readings. Technicians ran checks. The readings did not vanish. The objects were massive, moving fast. Too fast. The council demanded answers. No one had them. The enemy fleet noticed it too. Their formation slowed. Their commander ordered scans. The readings multiplied. Dozens, then hundreds. Space itself seemed to stretch. No one dared to speak the word, but everyone thought it. Humans. Still no message came. No warning. No greeting. Only movement. The enemy commander hesitated. This had not been expected. Human ships were not listed as a threat. Human fleets were not supposed to exist. Alien leaders watched in silence. Fear mixed with confusion. Was this real? Or another cruel illusion? Minutes felt like hours. Then the first shapes appeared, dark against the stars. Huge, silent. Alien sensors struggled to measure them. They were larger than any Alliance ship. Their power signatures were controlled. Disciplined, not aid ships, not medical vessels, warships. The enemy fleet reacted late. Their formations broke. Orders overlapped. The alien alliance did not cheer. They could not yet believe. More ships arrived. And more. Each arrival bending space. Each one perfectly aligned. Still no message. The enemy commander sent a desperate transmission. Identify yourselves. The response did not come. The alien council realized something terrifying and wonderful. Humans had not come to negotiate. Humans had not come to assist. They had come to end the war. The enemy fired the first shot. It vanished against a human shield. Human ships did not advance. They waited. Like hunters, the Alliance worlds held their breath. For the first time in months, the enemy was unsure. And in that uncertainty, hope was reborn. The moment the galaxy stopped, space held its breath. The human ships did not move. They remained in perfect formation, silent, dark, watching. The enemy fleet hovered uncertain. Their weapons were ready, but their confidence was gone. Alien sensors struggled. Human ships gave little data. Their designs were unfamiliar, smooth, armored shapes with no markings. The alien alliance commanders waited. They did not speak. They feared breaking the moment. Then one human ship moved forward. It was massive, larger than any ship the Alliance had ever built. It drifted slowly, deliberately. The enemy commander ordered fire. Fear had turned into desperation. Energy beams crossed space, bright and violent. They struck the human ship. Nothing happened. The beams faded. The ship continued forward untouched. A ripple of shock passed through every channel. Enemy crews froze. Alien observers stared. The human ship stopped. Space around it shimmered. Then every human ship powered up together. The stars seemed to dim, as if the light itself was being pulled away. The alien alliance felt it. Their instruments shook. Their ships vibrated. This was not a normal power surge. This was something older, something prepared. The enemy commander shouted orders. Formations tightened. Weapons charged. Human ships still did not fire. A single transmission went out. Not loud, not dramatic. It reached every channel, every species, every ship. This conflict ends now. The voice was calm, controlled. Human. The enemy commander responded with anger. He claimed dominance. He threatened destruction. The human response did not change. This conflict ends now. The human ship moved again, slowly passing the enemy front line. As if ignoring them, the enemy panicked. They fired everything. Missiles, beams, kinetic rounds. Space turned bright with chaos. The human defenses absorbed it all. Shields flared and settled. Armor held. Then the human armada moved. Not fast, not reckless, precise. Human ships split into layers. Some advanced, others flanked. Some vanished from sensors. Enemy ships began to fail. Systems shut down. Weapons lost power. Human electronic warfare flooded space. Enemy targeting collapsed. The first enemy ship exploded, cut in half by a silent beam. Then another, then 5, then dozens. The Alliance watched in disbelief. This was not battle. This was execution. Human ships did not chase. They predicted. They did not react. They decided. Enemy fleets tried to retreat. Jump drives failed. Space was locked. Human ships appeared behind them, as if they had always been there. Alien commanders realized something terrifying. Humans had studied this war. They knew the enemy routes, their formations, their weaknesses. They had waited, not to arrive, but to arrive correctly. Minutes passed. Enemy ships vanished from the map, one by one. Human losses were 0. The enemy commander attempted surrender. His message never finished. His ship went dark. The remaining enemy fleets shut down weapons. Their crews waited for death. It did not come. Human ships surrounded them, weapons ready, but silent. The same human voice returned. Power down. You are finished. The enemy obeyed. Across the Alliance systems, alarms stopped. Enemy attacks ended. Space grew quiet. Alien leaders felt something unfamiliar. Relief. Human ships did not celebrate. They did not broadcast victory. They simply secured positions. Rescue ships followed. Medical units. Repair vessels. This was help, but not the kind anyone expected. The Alien Alliance finally understood. Humans had not sent aid. They had sent an ending, and the galaxy would never forget the moment humans chose to act. After the guns fell silent, the silence felt heavier than the battle. Wreckage drifted slowly. Broken enemy ships floated like dark memories. Human ships remained still, watching, guarding. The Alien Alliance waited. They did not know what came next. Victory felt unreal. Alien leaders gathered again in the council hall, the same room where hope had almost died. Now the star map looked different. Red markers were gone. Some leaders cried. Others sat in shock. No one celebrated. Outside civilians looked at the sky. They saw human ships hanging like silent giants. They felt safe, but also small. Human rescue ships moved carefully. They collected survivors. They repaired stations. They stabilized power grids. Humans worked without speeches, without banners, without pride. The Alliance military followed their lead, learning, watching. Enemy prisoners were gathered. They expected punishment. They expected revenge. It did not come. Human commanders treated them calmly, secure, controlled. This confused everyone. A human representative finally requested a council meeting, not a broadcast, not a demand, a simple request. The Alien Council hesitated, then agreed. A single human ship moved forward. It docked smoothly, quietly. A human delegation entered the hall. They wore no medals, no weapons, simple uniforms. The room felt smaller. The human leader spoke. The war is over. No cheering, no applause, just truth. One alien leader asked a question everyone feared. Why did you come? The human answer was simple. Because if we help, we finish it. Another alien asked, why did you wait? The human looked at the star map. Because timing matters. Silence returned. The Alliance realized something deeper. Humans did not rush. They prepared. They calculated. They chose when history would turn. Reports arrived from across the galaxy. Enemy outposts had gone dark. Supply lines were cut. Command centers were disabled. The human armada had moved everywhere at once. The enemy empire collapsed in hours. An empire that had ruled for generations. The galaxy watched. Shocked. Messages spread fast. Humans are not weak. Humans are not passive. Humans decide outcomes. Trade worlds close borders. Military powers revised doctrines. Old assumptions were burned away. Back in the council hall, an alien leader bowed. A gesture of respect. And fear. The human leader accepted it calmly. We did not come to rule. The human said, we came to stop the war. The Alliance asked what humans wanted in return. The answer was unexpected. Nothing. This confused them more than the Armada. Humans requested only one thing. Do not start wars you cannot finish. The message spread faster than the battle ever did. Enemy survivors were released. Their ships stripped of weapons. Their leaders removed. No executions. No revenge. The galaxy struggled to understand. Humans had won, but they did not conquer. As the human armada prepared to leave, alien citizens gathered near viewports, watching silently. They felt gratitude, but also unease. A truth had been revealed, and truths cannot be unseen. As the last human ships began to move, the alien alliance knew the galaxy had changed. Power was not about numbers or noise. It was about decision. And humans had shown they do not threaten. They do not warn. They arrive, and they end things. The price of survival. The galaxy did not return to normal. Silence spread where noise once lived. Trade lanes reopened slowly. Worlds repaired scars left by fire. But fear did not fade. Alien leaders across distant systems watched human space closely. They replayed recordings. They studied movements. They searched for weakness. They found none. Human fleets did not stay. Most ships vanished back into deep space. Hidden docks. Unknown routes. This worried the galaxy more than their presence. The alien alliance struggled to rebuild. Their fleets were gone. Their defenses broken. Yet they felt safer than ever. Because humans had drawn a line. Enemy prisoners were returned to their people. Their empire shattered. Leaderless. Broken. Some alien species demanded justice. They wanted punishment. They wanted fear returned. Humans refused. The war was finished. They said, do not start another. This confused many. Victory without dominance. Power without control. Rumors spread. Some said humans were planning something larger. Others said they were preparing for a greater war. The truth was simpler. Humans were watching. Months passed. Then years. The alliance rebuilt slowly. New ships. New treaties. Humans remained distant. Silent. Observing. Until one day a signal appeared. Not a distress call. Not a threat. A warning. A minor power on the galactic edge began building weapons. Illegal weapons. Planet killers. They believed humans would not notice. They believed humans would not care. They were wrong. Human fleets appeared again. Smaller this time, but no less terrifying. They did not attack. They did not speak. They simply took control of space. The weapons were removed. Leaders arrested. Fleets dismantled. Then humans left. No war. No destruction. The galaxy learned a lesson. Humans did not need enemies. They prevented them. Fear shifted. It was no longer about invasion. It was about consequence. Alien children grew up hearing stories. About the Armada. About the silent ships. They learned one rule. Never force humans to decide. Some alien leaders met secretly. They discussed preparing against humans. But every simulation ended the same. Loss. Humans had no borders, no fixed formations, no predictable doctrine. They were chaos shaped by discipline. A new generation of alien commanders studied human history. They found something disturbing. Humans had always been like this. They fought their own wars. They survived extinction events. They adapted. Space had not changed them. It had revealed them. Back on Earth, life continued quietly. Cities grew. Ships were built. Fleets trained. Humans did not see themselves as rulers. They saw themselves as guardians of balance. This frightened the galaxy more, because guardians choose when to act. The Alien Alliance held one final council. Years after the war, they reviewed the past, the mistake they made. They had thought humans were weak. They had asked for help. They did not understand what help meant. Help from humans was final. As the council ended, a single sentence was recorded into galactic law. Never ask human for aid unless you are ready for the end. The stars remained quiet, but everyone knew humans were still there, watching, waiting, and deciding. The truth the galaxy accepted. Time passed. Stars shifted. Borders changed. But one memory never faded. The day humans decided. The galaxy moved carefully now. Wars became shorter. Threats became quieter. No empire rose too fast. No fleet gathered without reason. Everyone feared the same moment. The moment humans would look up, the Alien Alliance became something new. Not strong, not weak, careful. They built defenses, but not walls. They built fleets, but not armadas. They remembered what armadas attracted. Stories spread across worlds, told to children, whispered in halls, about the silent ships, about the convoys, about the war that ended before it truly began. Some said humans were merciful. Others said humans were cold. Both were wrong. Humans were final. One day far from the Alliance, beyond map space, something ancient stirred, a force older than empires, a threat that consumed systems. Scouts vanished. Signals died. The galaxy noticed, but hesitated. No one wanted to be the one to ask humans again. Debate filled councils. Fear filled silence. Was this threat worth it? Was the end better than survival? The ancient force moved closer. Worlds went dark. Finally, a small delegation was sent to Earth, not with demands, not with hope, only honesty. They told humans everything. The danger, the scale, the certainty. They expected nothing. The human response was immediate. A single sentence. We are already aware. The delegation froze. Humans had been watching. As always, the Armada did not gather this time. It was already there, spread across deep space, hidden, waiting. Human fleets move with quiet purpose, not rushing, not hesitating. The ancient threat encountered them and vanished. No great battle, no final scream. It was erased, as if it never existed. The galaxy did not cheer. It exhaled. The alien delegation returned home, changed, silent. They told the truth. Humans were not heroes. They were not villains. They were a force of balance. When chaos grew too large, humans reduced it. When war threatened everything, humans ended it. The galaxy rewrote its understanding. Help was not kindness. Help was resolution. Asking humans for help meant surrendering the future to their judgment. And humans judged carefully. Back on Earth, no monuments were built. No songs were written. The fleets returned to shadow. Training continued. Life went on. Humans did not crave recognition. They accepted responsibility. The final galactic record, the Armada, war ended with one line. They thought humans would send help, not understanding what help meant. Help from humans was not assistance. It was conclusion, and the galaxy learned to live with that truth. The stars stayed quiet, not from fear, but from respect, because everyone knew if humanity ever moved again, it would not be to threaten. It would not be to warn. It would be because a decision had already been made,